Okay, so you guys are all back at the scabbard after having done your morning things. It's about
Mm-hmm.
1 in the afternoon now, or midday ish. What would you guys like to do?
I think we were all gonna sit down and kind of do party planning for Simone's party thing.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, because you guys were gonna do
Surprise
the
party
barbecue and
afterwards.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's something he said so, but we'll just like. Am I correct?
Hmm?
Apparently, something he usually said so, but
Typically, yeah. In fact, it's become more of like a tradition where like he no longer has to invite people.
they just how to
Th-
show
They
up.
just show up.
Exactly. They all just know to come on that day and be there and
It's
with
the
meat to
yearly.
barbecue.
It's the yearly barbecue by Simone.
That's it. And that one barbecue shindig at the scabbard they have every year.
You know it's time. You know it's time because you just see this massive dragon dad just barbecuing.
He's in
Yeah.
like socks and sandals with like a Hawaiian shirt out in the like.
And
Give him
cargo
a-
shorts.
Give him
Yeah.
a trucker hat.
No.
The whole city could just smell spices and they're like, fine.
Just has he has an undershirt on that says red and nerdy.
Oh
Oh,
my
God.
god.
But yeah, it's pretty much the thing he said so. But like the thing would be, presents and maybe cake,
Yeah.
more cake.
More cake. And cake. More cake. Even maybe a little bit more cake than that. Should we like invite people, or should it just be strictly us for like the little after party thing after the?
I imagine Simone is the kind of person that wouldn't want a big like party
No,
for him.
no.
um, like it's gonna be like the barbecue. That's gonna happen regardless of what
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah,
Like that's just the thing he like does. Um, well, Diana's probably just gonna do what she would always do and just get him something.
Mhm.
I don't know what you guys are thinking.
I thought we were all gonna just like kind of plan this out and everything.
I mean, we could. I mean,
Well, it's already like
No,
there's
no,
already
I-
an event
I know.
happening, so I don't know if we can like, um, yeah.
So if Diana was going to get Simon a gift, what gift would she be getting him?
Grill.
The new grill. Right.
Also, that
Diapers. Way to bring him all the way back up, all the way up, and then crush him down. A grill, hooray! Diapers. Oh,
no,
yeah.
the diapers go first, and
Oh.
then he gets the nice
Smart,
present.
smart. And what is Lazira gonna do
I'm thinking about that.
if anything?
Um, I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
It'll be a surprise.
For both of them. What's is Faye gonna do anything for it? Anything in mind?
For the party, I actually am gonna do something for the party. I am gonna make so. Yeah. So.
Okay. And what's Gunther gonna do?
For that, I'm still up for the enchanted apron.
Oh yeah. Right.
The self-cleaning apron.
All right. So that means if you're gonna keep that a surprise, at some point you're gonna have to sneak into the kitchen and steal his apron.
Well, I mean,
No, I
getting
think he's
getting a new one, getting a new one and
okay.
enchanting it.
Alrighty.
I'm assuming to enchant that probably would need to like make it so it's permanent, like embroidered in it or something.
You could do it like that, yeah.
That'd be
Or you could get
interesting.
like a leather apron and have it like carved into it, I suppose.
That could work too.
Either way, cloth or leather, whatever you're feeling.
I'll try cloth because I think it'd be interesting. Try and embroider it in it, and I just want to see myself fail at it.
Okay.
No, I probably won't necessarily fail, but I want to see how it's gonna turn out. Also, I think for everyday use, it's better to use cloth.
Okay.
I think Lazara's gonna bake some treats for him.
Alrighty. So, as you guys are all going to be doing that, let's see who's going to go first to do their thing.
Why don't we do initiative?
Sure, let's go initiative. Let's do that.
Okay.
Give me a
Yeah.
sec. I think I accidentally closed my shit because I'm an idiot.
No.
Yes.
No.
Nice too. No, I don't.
Um, so, say with the 21, then the 20, and Dino 16, Zyra 13. So, Faye, what are you doing?
I'm gonna like do some wood carving and everything.
Alrighty, let's get
Then
some
we
wood carving cheaty checks.
Okay. On
Okay.
the wrong. Wow. Okay, on the wrong side.
Still pretty high numbers.
No, yeah, no.
21's still pretty decent.
Yeah.
So what exactly are you wood carving?
Here, I'll just message you privately.
It's a secret.
It's a secret surprise for a surprise party.
Alrighty. While you're messaging that, are you good with that or?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Sweet.
Um,
Alright. While you're
yeah.
typing that, I'll
Yeah.
jump over to Gunther.
I'm gonna
What's
go.
he doing?
Gonna go shopping for an apron.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, where should I go for that?
Yep. So there is a place in town called the Intelligent Stitch, and you
Alright.
know that this is an establishment for all of your, I suppose, tailored needs.
Oh, good. Okay.
You've kind of seen the sign a few times hanging out the front of one of the doors passing through town, sort of on the southern side of town. So, you head down to this store.
Yeah.
And when you enter, you can see all kinds of mannequins all over the store, kind of propped up in various spots, and all of them wearing different kinds of clothing and the like. And walking in, you see an elven, half elven man. He kind of has pulled back brown hair, and he looks quite tired. And he looks up at you, and he kind of has bags under his eyes. He says, "Oh, yes, welcome. How can I help you?"
Hello. I would need an apron if you have any.
You hear a voice come from him that says, "Ha! You don't look like a cook."
Well, it's not for me. It's a gift.
He goes, "Oh, yes, of course. Um, don't mind that. Yes, I can make an apron." And you can see he kind of adjusts the. He has a rather fine looking tailored hat on his head with like a feather in it. And he says, I'll get working on this apron. Is it sized for you?"
No, it's the size would be bigger. I don't have the exact measurements, however.
Be like, you know that red dragonborn? The really big one?
Yeah. If anything, I could always just come back with the measurements. I could just measure the.
Well, I don't need exact measurements. Then you hear that voice again. It says, "Ha! I mean, it's just an apron, you idiot." He says, "Well, yes, I don't really need precise things. I can make an apron if you give me roughly the size of the person."
Okay. Okay. So how tall is he again?
Simon,
Yeah, but
he's
how
like
tall?
nearly 7 foot.
Okay, so Gunther just says, he's fairly tall. I'd say around somewhere like
He's at
somewhere
least
around 7
6'5".
feet tall.
Yeah,
6'6".
yeah,
maybe?
he might be 6'6". Yeah, something like that.
Something,
But
something that would fit the size, someone of the size between 6'5" and 7 feet.
yeah, he says, "Okay, yes, yeah, sure. Any preference for the color or
Hmm.
any embellishments to make it look pretty?" And then that voice comes back again, says, "Anything like pink for you?"
Can I figure out where that voice is coming from? Is that
Uh,
him saying that or?
Roll a
Oh my God.
perception check.
Gunther's like, who's talking shit?
Perception, you said?
Yes.
Random guy just bullying you.
Oh.
Oh
Who's
shit, he's
who
mad.
been talking shit?
Gunther just like whips his head off to like, what the fuck did you say about me?
You notice that the hat that this man is wearing has an intelligence of its own. Like it's a sentient hat. And it's a bastard.
Oh my god. That's
Wow.
It's possible to create intelligent magical items.
Oh boy.
Yep.
really funny.
The elven the half elf male introduces himself and he says, "Oh, sorry, I'm Reese Sarden, and this here is Gareth." He points at the hat.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm gonna have to get used to calling him Jeffrey.
Yeah.
He's getting rid of his old name, so if he-
Pleasure to meet you, Jeffrey. And the hat says, "Is it?" Sure.
God. Taskmaster, I love it. It's like that journal Lacey has.
I know. I have to bring it up somehow. I'm trying to find a way to actually bring that up to the party so we can like go through it.
yeah. So
But yeah, what are you gonna put on the apron?
Mm.
yeah, that's what I was thinking about just now, like for the
When you
color
buy
and
a dad
everything.
hut.
Okay.
Like,
For the color, not entirely sure what would suit him.
probably not red because he's already.
Yeah, he's got a lot of red
No,
already.
that's what I was thinking. Red probably wouldn't work. Like, what's the color of the one he already owns? I mean, I'm not gonna pick something like that. It's just an example of what he has.
Simone typically wears kind of warm colors.
Yeah. Although it is an apron, so I mean, it's
Yeah.
not really.
Maybe like
Yeah.
a really light grey-ish, kind of a smoky,
neutral
smoky white. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go with something around like that. And for
Paris would get that for him. He's like, he just thinks it's like it means the food.
yeah, definitely going to ask for this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And
really?
for so yeah, like light gray and something on it that says hot stuff coming through.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
Amazing.
It's gonna please more than one person for sure.
The thing is, Simone's gonna get it from Gunther and be like, "Why did you say for me? Like, why did you give me this? I'm concerned."
What if he thinks it's just the food?
You probably would, actually. You're probably
Probably
right.
would go like way over his head.
Yeah. So.
Paris would love it though.
Yeah, exactly. Eris would be pleased with it.
No,
Oh,
what,
she's
what,
so
what,
happy.
what would be even better is if you asked Timbertail to give it to him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I need to tell him.
I will do this probably. Maybe.
I need to tell Timbertail it's Simone's birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, for the specifics, I think that's about it.
Okay. So. He says, "Yes. Well, I can do this for. I suppose 10 gold pieces."
Sounds about right. And also, I would like to purchase a sewing kit if possible.
Certainly, just another 5 gold for the sewing kit.
Excellent.
You need supplies more for repairs and stitching and that kind of thing, or making your own things?
More like for embroidering something.
Oh, sure. Yes, just 5 gold.
Good. Right, so I'm gonna take that out.
Yep.
But you
you
can't
can-
just buy a Sharpie.
Yeah, but that's kind of lame. But wait, they did.
Magical Sharpie.
Magic markers. Fuck. So, same. So, Gunther, you've purchased your, well, the apron, and you can probably come by and pick that up tomorrow from Reese.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Alright.
And You have your sewing kit as well, so you can embroider the rune on there.
Exactly. Figured I should probably buy one if I wanted to do that.
Yeah, good call. So, while you're doing that, what is Diana doing?
First of all, before I go do the thing, I'm gonna look. I'm
Okay,
gonna tell him that Simone's birthday is coming up.
all right. So you find Timbertail. He's currently sitting on like the. So above at the top of the stairs, you have like the walkway that goes around the
Yeah.
top in the scabbard, and he's kind of sitting at the edge of the railing, kicking his feet over the edge, and he's got a jar with a firefly in it, and he's just kind of watching it, and occasionally it'll dim out, and he kind of shakes it a little bit, and it lights up and glows, and he's
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
just watching it.
I'm gonna call him over.
He stands up and tucks it under his arm and swings down underneath the walkway to be down on the floor level with you. When he lands perfectly on his beams, so he makes no noise. There's a really faint little boop as he lands, but that's it.
The softest thing.
hmm He's very stealthy.
So Timbertail, let me ask you a question.
That was a question.
Let me ask you a few questions.
Well,
then.
that was not the question, but yes. Yes, what is your question?
Do your people celebrate birthdays?
Of course.
Well, let me tell you a secret.
Timbertail secrets. And he leans all the way in, and he's just like, he's got his jar under his arm, and he's really focused on listening to the secret.
Oh my god.
So Simon's birthday is coming up 3 days from now,
He's like,
and we're all getting him presents.
you can see him just like looking down at the floor, like his eyes darting around, like he's seeing all these many different things that aren't really there. He's
Oh
like,
my god.
Timbertail has idea for present too. He will get him present as well.
Excellent. So you go do that, and I'm gonna go get my present as well. Okay?
Very good. And Timbertail springs up off the ground, back up to the top level, and like between two of the little struts in the balustrade, he like carefully places the jar and then drops back down, just in the air, like at the very arc of his jump. He just goes, boop, puts it there, and then falls back down. And then you see him just sprint out the front door.
Holy shit!
He just boom, and he's gone.
It's going to be great.
Timbertail is pumped.
Yeah,
I bet it's something shiny.
he seems to really like Dragon Dan.
Yeah.
After doing that, I suppose I'm gonna go find the blacksmith that will make a grill for me.
All right. So you go to the the armorers. Seraph Medrum. He's a human male, kind of big, tough, hearty kind of guy.
Right.
A lot of hair. And he has kind of like a messy ginger hair and like a big mustache that goes up into mutton chops. All connects. He goes, welcome, come in. He's very happy to see you because he knows you always order good shit. 'Cause it's Diana. He's just like, more weapons then.
Yeah, it won't be weapons this time, but
Oh.
unfortunate. However, so Simon's birthday is coming up. Can you make me a grill?
You see him kind of like look up over you and into the distance, thinking, and he kind of like purses his lips to a point where his mouth disappears behind the moustache. He's like, I don't ever remember Simon having a birthday. We need to do something about this. I will make you this grill.
Awesome. Look, I need you to go all out on this thing.
Will it replace the one that he currently has that's falling apart?
Yep.
Absolutely. As long as I can put my seal on the front of it, I'll do it for free.
Awesome. That's okay by me.
It's for Simon, so it's worth it.
Hey.
It'll pay itself off over time.
Kinda will, won't it?
So you know, the one that Simon has out in the back is basically like a drum, like a metal drum that he's cut in half. That's kind of like there's holes in it
Oh,
from
no.
like where the coals have burned through and that kind of shit, and it's really rusted and like because it just sits outside all the time and
Yeah.
it's destroyed, that thing. Like it's barely holding together.
Better get rid of that ghetto grill.
Yeah. So he says, "When do we need it for?"
Do you do 3 days?
Can I do 3 days? Diana. And he kind of like gives you a nudge on the shoulder that nearly knocks you off your feet. Like he's got that Simon strength.
Oh my god, amazing.
He's buff. Says, "Yes, I can do that. I'll do it in 2."
Awesome. Well, in that case, see you in a couple days.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. And he immediately begins work.
Awesome. Also, I'm gonna go dive.
Okay. That's right. Oh god. So you head down to the general store. There's Imogen Herald, another human woman, behind the counter, who's just kind of like rather frantically organizing everything in the store. Like she's just gotten a shipment and she's just putting everything away. That's taking a lot of time and effort.
Right.
But she hurriedly looks up from under the counter. She's, yes, yes. What do you need?
So how do dappers work in the D&D? Is it like, do they sell like the reusable ones, like the fabric nappies, or?
They kind of do both. They do the disposables and the reusables.
Disposable nappies.
Disposable nappies. All right. Yep. 2 gold. They don't charge a huge amount for nappies because
I mean,
they're easy to make and they are necessary. So, yep, 2 gold pieces for a big pack of nappies. Oh, Roxy,
Oh,
absolutely
God.
not. Good lord. You're gonna
goodness.
bark. You're
That was
gonna,
a fucking jump scare. Oh my god.
yeah, you're gonna bark right into the mic like that. Can you
Sorry
kindly
about
fuck
that.
off? Yeah, sorry about that. 1 sec, I'll deal with the dog.
It just wants to say hi. Hi.
Nick's parents are away right now, so Roxy's been a bit of a little shit.
Oh.
Yesterday she did this thing where whenever they go out to, go pee, they come back in, they get a treat. But sometimes they just come and ask to be let out. They go outside, they come like right back in, and they expect a treat.
You're like, no.
She did that a few times yesterday, and Nick was so upset.
He's like, stop. You're better than this.
She's doing it now.
Oh my god.
Oh my. Oh my god. Yeah, she's doing it again. She's mad. Fuck.
Dogs, man.
Yeah, I would say that's a no treat situation if you ask me.
Trying to take advantage.
Honestly. Cause like yesterday she did it that one time and she got a treat because she was like, yeah, okay. Then she did it another 2 times.
Touch a dick. Oh, bastard.
I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so I go and I buy nappies. Because I'm a piece of shit.
Okay. So you go and get nappies. Right. After you're done with that, Lazira, what are you doing?
Let's see. I can get ingredients for muffins from the bakery, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna. Lazara's gonna go to the bakery then.
Alrighty. So you head down to the old Bramberholtz place. And you have Bo behind the counter working away, and B is quote unquote helping him by being the taste tester for every other cookie that comes out.
I love
Put
that.
onto the tray. When he isn't looking, he sort of like swipe one and scarf it down before he turns back around to put the next one on. You can see that he's been working the morning shift, so he looks pretty tired. So he's not really noticing her pulling that kind of shit on him. Like she knows exactly what time to come down and start pulling tricks on him because she knows that he isn't going to be able to beat us because he's so tired. You can see like kind of bags under his eyes, nearly ready for him to clock off and go to bed. But like he's like every other one he puts down, she'll grab when he turns back around, and like when he turns back around, he just puts another one in its place, like without even thinking, like, oh, there's one missing.
Oh
He
my god.
just keeps, yeah, that's what's going on. So, what would you like to do?
Lazara goes ahead and walks up to the counter, and do either of them notice her?
B does. She doesn't say anything because she's got a mouthful of cookie, but she notices you. She smiles. You can see just crumbs all over her face, and Bo hasn't noticed yet.
Lazara winks at her and puts her finger up to her mouth like shh.
Okay. Bo mimics. B mimics you.
And Lazara takes a moment, and then she says fairly loudly, "What you doing?"
You see
Oh no.
about a handful of cookies go flying into the air.
Oh no! Oh god!
As he suddenly springs to his feet and turns back around. And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice you come in. The bell broke, so it doesn't. I didn't. How can I help you?"
Is there anything I could do to try to keep those cookies from from hitting the ground?
Oh, you can try
Um,
with like a mage hand or something.
yeah, I'll try that. Is there?
Alrighty.
What do I have to roll for that?
Well, let's get a D12. But apart from that,
Do I have to roll those on cantrips or just regular spells?
oh, every spell.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Okay. So you
The cookies have been saved.
yes. So you send out a mage hand that swiftly scoops through the air to grab as many cookies as you can. Out of the 5 or so that went, you catch 4 of them, so you're okay.
Well, I was more worried about rolling a 1 and then accidentally burning down the building or something.
Oh my god!
Yeah, this would be pretty bad.
No!
It's hard to save the cookies when you strike them with lightning.
So
Cast a fireball.
Jesus.
So Lazara uses her mage hand to place the cookies back on the on the sheet that he was holding, and
Okay.
and she's like, sorry about that one.
He says, "Oh, don't worry. We make so many of them a day. It happens all the time. I drop them frequently, and then this one eats them when I'm not looking. She's been pretty good today, though." And B just kind of smiles.
Lazara just giggles a little bit and says, "Yeah, okay."
As you do that, B kind of presses her finger to her lips, like you said, like you did earlier.
And Lazara just winks at her, and then she says, um, anyway, I'm here to pick up some ingredients for muffins.
He says, "Oh, okay. What kind of muffins? We're talking chocolate, blueberry, carrot cake.
I don't know what Simone's favorite flavor would be. Let's say chocolate.
Yeah,
Can't go
chocolate
wrong
it
with
is."
chocolate.
And he goes through some of their sort of stash of ingredients, and he just gets together like a small bag of them. Just the kind of sack you would have to keep random goods in. And he just kind of packs it all in there and pulls it taut, puts it up on the counter, and he says, "We'll go, I don't know, probably about 3 gold pieces." And
Yeah,
that's enough to make you probably about 15 to 20.
Yeah, that works. And she hands it, and she reaches in her pocket and grabs 3 gold pieces.
Alrighty. So you hand him 3 gold.
Yep.
And he gives you all of your supplies for sweets.
Sweet. And as she's stowing away the ingredients, she says, "So you coming to the barbecue tomorrow? Not tomorrow. In a few days."
He comes to the barbecue tomorrow. There's
Nobody's there. They're like, "What are you doing here?"
Sick prank, bro.
Fuck.
oh no.
And he says, "Well, I mean, yeah, probably most of the city's gonna go. My whole family goes. We make a big thing of it every year. My mother likes to bring her homemade coleslaw." He kind of smiles, and you see B like stick an index finger in her mouth and pretend to gag, and Bo kind of like leans over the counter and he says, Don't try the coleslaw. If you know what's good for you, you'll avoid it."
I love coleslaw, but I assume this one isn't good.
No, I love coleslaw as well, but yeah, this one's a no.
Lazira also
she likes to think it's good, but
Lazira also likes coleslaw, so she's giving him a confused look, like, what's wrong?
Just take a
It's
big
not
mouthful.
bad.
What's wrong with it?
well, there are a select few that think it's quite nice, but look, I'm going to be honest with you. The majority of people think it's quite disgusting.
I'll keep that in mind then.
Hmm.
And she says, "Well, I'll see you there then." And as she's turning to leave, she finger guns him and says, "Congratulations on your sale."
Oh my god. You see he go from a smile to like you watch the life fall from his face as you're walking through the door, and as you're closing it behind you, he goes, "Not you too!" And you close the door and walk away.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you notice like as you're walking out that the bell that normally sits atop the door, the one that as you open the door it rings to let them know that there's a customer, that bell is gone. Like there's a little stem that it was hanging from that seems to have been broken. Like it looks jagged, but there's no bell. It's gone.
I guess I wouldn't be able to tell just by looking at it what happened. So
You could try
what would I have to roll for that?
investigation. and I will also get a perception check from you.
All right.
So as you're walking out of the, as you're walking out, and you kind of have a good look at that stem where the bell was, you know that when the door was opening, it was hitting the little clacker, the clapper inside the bell, and that would like knock it against the bell and set it off. It wouldn't hit the actual bell, so there was no reason for it to be broken off like that. Like someone has actually snapped off the bell itself somehow at some point.
I'm going to open back up the door and say, hey, you do know your bell is broken, right?
He says, yeah, no, the place is a bit old, so it must have just kind of fallen off at some point. We'll just get a new one. It's gone missing. I don't know.
Oh, I don't like that.
No.
Lazara just looks back up at it and then looks back at him and says, I don't know, it looks like it was torn off.
He kind of stops and like leans over the counter and has a look up at it, and he goes, I guess it would kind of be hard for it to accidentally be knocked off. And I'm not entirely certain where it's gone. I'll have to look into that properly. I'll do that after my shift finishes.
Dude, you need to get some sleep after your shift finishes.
Yeah, but I could do this before I go to bed.
Okay, well, I'll let you know if I see anything suspicious, alright?
Okay, please do. And as you're leaving, with your perception, you notice a pair of gentlemen walking toward.
Oh my god!
I cast detect thoughts. I cast detect thoughts.
Okay. So as they're walking toward the, how long does the thoughts last? Let's see. Up to a minute. Okay. So as they're walking up to the bakery, they both seem to be wearing an outfit that is like, they both have a fake blonde wig on. That much you can tell. Like, it's platinum blonde, like this long flowing wig, and they have like a flower crown in it. And they're wearing these green clothes that are the kind of depiction you would see in some of those like fantasy novel, quote unquote, that the ones that other guy that you saved from the Sea Hag, those kind of things he would write. Like, it's really like tight fitting and like cropped kind of top and pants that they almost look like the clothes are made for children.
Oh my god!
But these two adults are wearing them, and they're kind of like these green, very leafy looking attire, and they seem to be wearing fake pointy ears.
Oh no!
That's racist.
Yeah, they look like exactly alike almost as well. Like, and they're making their way.
Jewelry store.
They're making their way. They are making their way toward the bakery.
I'm just going to like just like loiter right outside the bakery, pretending not to notice them.
Okay. With your detect thoughts still going.
Yes.
You can hear, like, not from them, but from their thoughts, snickering and giggling.
Oh my god!
And let's get
Crazy.
let's get another perception check from you real quick.
All right.
So these guys, you notice as they walk in, The one on the right looks up at the broken off bell, and closes the door behind him as they walk in. And as he looks up, you hear sort of a like a nod of confirmation, like he went and checked. You can tell that he went and checked to make sure that bell wasn't there.
Something's not right.
And they go in and they order exactly what they're thinking of ordering. They order
Oh my god.
a loaf of bread and about 6 bread rolls. And you hear as he's like ringing it all up, and you can see Bo kind of just eyeing them suspiciously. He looks uncomfortable.
Can she also like detect Bo's thought?
A creature.
I can
Only one creature?
shift my my thoughts to another creature, but I think at this moment
Yeah.
she's going to keep it on them.
Yep. So you keep it on that one guy who looked up at the bell. And yeah, Bo kind of does the transaction, hands them their bread, takes their money, gives them their change, and you hear the laughter break out inside their heads as both of them in exact unison go, "Congratulations on your sale," and then they turn around and walk through the door.
What the fuck?
Bo's just shaking his head, like leaning against like his palm over the counter.
So this time as they are starting to leave the store, Lazara is going to like be standing there looking up at the bell and like pretending to be examining it.
Okay. As they're leaving.
Yeah, as they're exiting the building.
Okay. As they're walking by, they almost like stop in their tracks with you like looking up at the bell and checking it out. And then they kind of like awkwardly shuffle by you. Is the first time that confidence in their step has broken.
And as they walk by, Lazara's like, "Huh, that's weird. I wonder how this bell came off."
They remain silent and kind of shuffle past you like hurriedly and kind of try to get out of the store and escape down the street.
Do I like see anything like from that guy's thoughts when I say that?
Oh yeah, you can hear like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no," just over and over again, like, "Oh no, oh dear, oh no."
So let's see. How long exactly does it take me to summon Julius?
I'm not sure.
He would be in the pocket dimension right now, so
Casting time 1 hour, but that's for a casting. You know what? We'll just say it's instantaneous if you want to pull Julius from the
okay. So
pocket dimension.
once they're far enough away, Lazara is just going to set Julius on the ground and have him follow them as far as he can and still be able to contact Lazara. And
Okay.
And she's going to go back inside and talk to Bo.
Okay. So Julius, what shape is Julius taking?
We'll say cat.
Okay, so his cat form sort of stalking behind them, a good 20 feet back. ducking in between like various crates and barrels and people on the street, that kind of thing, to sort of stay incognito. But you head back inside and go and have a word with Bo.
And when she gets back inside and says, "Yeah, those two stole your bell."
He says, "You're confident it was those two?"
See, I can kind of read minds, so yeah, I'm confident.
Kind
You
of read
see-
minds.
You, you see Bo's face kind of go a bit red, and he says, have you read my mind at all, or?
No, I don't need to. Everything I need to know is just written on your face.
Yeah, he goes even redder, and he goes, so, so they stole the bell. Why?
Oh, why? I have no idea. I just know for sure they stole the bell.
Hmm.
Also, they're definitely fucking with you. They were laughing, and they were mentally laughing the whole time they were doing that.
And he's like, they're not insane. It is an act. Oh my god. Like he's just, his whole life has changed.
They're not insane.
I like to imagine their gnome stack in a costume.
Lazara says, if they're going to the trouble of stealing your veil, then either way they're up to no good. So I have my cat following them. I'm gonna see if I can figure out more about them sometime.
He nods and he says, "Well, I appreciate that." And he kind of looks at B and he says, "Hey, go tell Mum that she was wrong. I was right. It is an act, and it's they aren't insane." And B goes running up the stairs. And Bo slides the few gold pieces you paid him for the muffin ingredients back over the counter toward you, and he says, "Here's your change from before."
Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Saves us the cost of the new bell. It'll be fine. We'll get the old one back from him.
Okay. And she just kind of quietly takes the gold back.
Okay. So Julius is following these guys through the street. They kind of live up and around the corner, sort of in the northeastern area of the city. But they live really close to the bakery. Like you're able to stay within the bakery and have Julius follow them all the way home. And they just a few doors down. They live on the top floor of this 2-story place. There's like a side staircase made of wood. Rather old, rickety, and looks like it's been washed out by rainwater and stuff. But they run up that side staircase and into the top floor door and close it behind them.
Is there like a window or anything?
There are, windows kind of on each face. There's 2 windows.
Okay, so Lazara's just gonna have Julius like jump up and pretend to be a feral cat and just kind of like look in and just see what he can see in there.
Okay. Let's get perception.
All right.
All right. So as you're looking in through the window, it's kind of a dirty window. Like the outside of the place doesn't look very well looked after, but on the inside, you can still see there are countless costumes, props, knickknacks, wigs, etc., scattered all about this. It's kind of like an open, a floor plan sort of an apartment, like a studio apartment, I guess, and it's just there's stuff everywhere. You can also see there's a desk that kind of has a lot of that sort of stuff cleared away from it, and you can't quite see from the angle that Julius is at what is on the desk. But from what you can see, you can make out what looks like a floor plan of, like a crudely sketched out, like a floor plan of the bakery.
So, with that, Lazira goes back to her regular senses and says, "Okay, so something's definitely wrong here. I was able to use my cat to look into their apartment, and they're just hoarding all this shit. And they have a floor plan of the bakery set up."
He says, "Well, at least they're being money conscious about the outfits. I guess that's probably a good idea, rather than renting them all. That would cost a fortune." But what do you mean a floor plan?
Like they have this crudely sketched out layout of the bakery. If I had to guess, I think they might be planning to rob you.
Well, that's a problem. If your cat saw where they went, you know where they live now, right?
Yes.
Would you like to tell me where they live?
Oh no!
What are
gonna
you,
go throw hands.
what are you planning on doing with that information?
Oh, just investigating.
Be honest.
No, I just plan on checking it out and make sure that they're not planning anything really sinister.
Lazara still doesn't entirely trust that he's not about to do something stupid. So she says, "Tell me the truth. Do I have to read your mind?"
His face goes a bit red, and he says, "No, it's. I mean, look, maybe I'll just scare him a bit and, like, you know, either put a stop to the whole robbing thing, or maybe if there's no robbing intended, it'll just put a stop to them being weird and freaking me out. Like, it's just, I want to go over there and put a stop to something."
Win-win situation.
Lazara just kind of taps her foot and she says, "Well, you're not doing that alone."
He's like, "So you're coming with me, or?"
She thinks she thinks about him for a moment and says, "Yeah, at the very least, me. If you want me to invite everyone else, I can do that too."
He hesitates for a moment, and then he says, "It might be a good idea, you know, to have maybe someone on like an adjacent rooftop that's, you know, good at a bit of distance with like a bow. You know, if you know anyone like that, that could be."
Lazira just has this huge grin on her face and says, "Okay, you can stop. I know exactly what you mean."
Okay, well,
Oh my god!
well, maybe invite Faye, and who else you want to invite, I guess.
Oh my god.
Lazara laughs and says, "Tell you what, I'll invite everyone, and we'll give you a little alone time with your girlfriend, okay?"
my god!
He goes beet red, and he just kind of stammers, and he's just like, it's not. Hey mom, I'm going out, and then he takes off his apron and tosses it aside, like onto one of the hooks nearby, and goes like around the counter and outside with you.
And as she's taking him back to the scabbard, Lazira is going to have Julius get over the window, but like stay like outside their door so that she'll know if they leave.
Okay. So me too, random bicycle. So Julius,
Okay,
That's
so-
my phone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
it's all good. So, worth noting, Julius, like as he's sitting there on the windowsill while you're having you broke your vision from Julius, didn't you?
Yes.
That's right. Okay. So you move him to these stairs, and you head back to the guild with Bo in tow. Huh. So, what would you like to do?
So is everyone back yet?
I'm gonna say that everybody went out, got all their gifts and stuff, and went back.
Faye's been at the
And this
guild
is
the whole
all-
time, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
Faye has been, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunther just commissioned the thing and he went back.
Hmm. So everyone else is back before Lazira returns with Bo.
Lazira turns to everyone and says, "All right, guys, we're going out. We're gonna go find us some weirdos."
Wait, what
Fuck
do you
yeah.
mean?
What?
Okay, those two weirdos that kept coming into the bakery. I know exactly where they are, and I know they're not crazy.
Meaning?
Meaning we're gonna go
This is
spy
going
on
to
them.
involve violence.
Oh my god.
That was a serious question.
What was that?
What was the question?
I couldn't hear you.
Is this going to involve violence?
I doubt it'll actually come to violence. And then Lazira thinks for a moment and says, "Okay, well, it probably won't come to violence."
Probably. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 1 to 100, how likely is this going to involve violence?
Well,
And Faye's asking that.
well, I'm pretty confident that these two are trying to rob the bakery, so there's a chance that it could come to violence, but I'm gonna say it's like a 25% chance.
Like, if that is true, I'm gonna kick their ass. So
Yeah, no, seriously. Same.
Alright.
That's knocking it up to about a
Me
75.
too. That way, I'm like,
I didn't hear the last part you said, Lacey, and I think the sound cut a bit.
oh, I just said that it went from a 25 to a 75.
So, Bo kind of shyly waves at Faye.
Faye just like she. Oh, go ahead.
Go on. Oh, I was
No,
just gonna say, so we gonna go catch these guys, or how do you guys do this stuff you do?
you usually
Normally
wing
just
it.
wing it.
Yeah, basically.
Faye
You
and
seem
Diana
kinda
both
like- you see Bo kind of like look down at his feet, like, well, that kind of spoils the illusion a bit.
What,
Oh,
do you
don't
think
get
we
me
had
wrong.
some grand
Sometimes
plan or
we
something?
plan for things, but some other times it just
When we don't have time to plan, we usually wing it.
Yeah, it's like his view of adventure is like going about this big They have like a plan for everything, and it's like they're like the A team, that kind of thing. That's what he sees. That's what a lot of people see of adventurers, but then it's just like, we just bring it. And he's like, oh,
Oh, buddy.
that's what I, a normal person, would do.
See,
Well-
we're just normal people. We're
It's
just
the best
suicidal.
way.
Well, Faye kind of gets up and grabs her stuff, and she kind of gives, she walks up and kind of gives Bo a pat and like on the arm, and just says, "Okay, well," and then looks over at Lazara and says, "Like, well, do you know where they are?"
And Lazira like starts explaining exactly where they live.
Okay, well then let's lead the way.